I'll introduce you guys in a second.
Right, we're recording now. I can edit it. I can edit it later.
Cool.
Cool. Guys, how are you all doing? I think a lot of you are probably muted, so you might have to unmute yourselves. But after popular demand, we are actually going to be having another set with the wonderful Chris P. Rice and Tonic Rog. So without further ado, we've got the news headlines coming from Chris P. Rice and Tonic Rog. So please welcome them.
Is everybody muted? Good evening.
You muted, Roger.
I am your host, Just Insider, and this is Thomas Pfister.
Okay, the news headlines. Losses continue to mount on the Army Junior Leaders expedition to the Amazon, as it was announced that a cannibalistic tribe has eaten 3 hard-boiled sergeants, 2 half-baked corporals, and 1 raw recruit.
Today, at the Neen Valley Railway Centre, train enthusiast Eugenia Wainwright was run over by a steam train. A source said she was chuffed to bits.
Traffic news now. The crash this morning on the M25 was caused by motorist Bill Stickers repeatedly taking work calls. Apparently, his boss rang him up to tell him he was promoted, causing him to swerve. Half an hour later, his boss rang him again, saying, "You have been promoted once more," which also caused him to swerve. The third call apparently caused the crash. Police said he had careered off the road.
Medical news. Doctors say that the man who tragically fell into the upholstery machine at the sofa factory is recovering well, and that he will be on sale at DFS shortly.
Today it was announced that Britain's rudest doctor will be speaking from her Harley Street insulting rooms.
Her Majesty the Queen went on a short, informal walkabout today after she hit her thumb with a hammer.
An unknown lottery winner fainted at the news of their winnings and fell into a vat of plaster of Paris. She is said to be set for life.
Andy McGowan, the missing sailor from Portsmouth, whose family kept a light burning for him for 35 years, today returned to the UK's largest ever electricity bill.
In the divorce courts in Glasgow today, a man was granted a divorce because his wife insisted on covering up in bed. He said he did not mind when it was a Macintosh, but he drew the line at a Campbell or a McDonald.
In education, Harrow School's garlic eating competition was won today by the same boy for the 3rd year running. The head teacher said this definitely puts him in a class of his own.
The government insisted at a press briefing this morning that teachers deserve a lot of credit, which is good because they're not getting a pay rise.
There was a fire yesterday at the Inland Revenue Office in London, but it was put out before any serious good was done.
Moving on to crime news now. Thieves broke into the National Fish Museum in Aberdeenshire and stole 16 stuffed trout and 1 chub. Police arrested a 4'2" tall man but threw him back because he was too small. A man who got away was said to be 23 feet tall and weighed 700 pounds.
After a series of crimes in the Glasgow area, Chief Inspector McTavish has announced that he's looking for a man with 1 eye. If he doesn't find him, he's going to use both eyes.
Police arrested ice cream man Giuseppe Giolotti, accused of being a mafia hitman. He is rumoured to have possibly topped off hundreds or thousands.
Police announced tonight that they wish to interview a man wearing high heels and frilly knickers, but the chief constable said they must wear their normal uniforms.
The family of pensioner Georgie Porgy, who disappeared after eating 5 tins of baked beans, 3 cloves of garlic and a tin of gherkins, today made an emotional appeal for him not to come home for at least 2 weeks.
Sports news. Hamilton Breakspear, the heavyweight boxer who has lost his last 20 fights, was admitted to hospital today with a cauliflower bottom?
Cricket. It's set to return following successful lobbying by the ECB. They said everyone just stands around in a field about 22 yards apart, and every so often they give the ball a little clean anyway. And it was a silly point to stop it in the first place.
And finally, some family news. Sonny Weathers, the weatherman, has just become a father. The baby is said to be fine, with occasional drizzle later in the day. And that was the news. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. That was really good.
Very good, guys.
Well done.
Such a great effort. What do you think?